Hello, everyone. How many of you out there want to get out and make a difference? I know I do, and one of the easiest ways that we can all make a difference is to get out and vote. Voting is the right of United States citizens. Yet so many of these citizens voluntarily give up their right by not getting out to the polls and letting their voice be heard. We should be proud to get out on election day and cast our votes. With that being said, we should also make sure that we vote responsibly, making sure that we base our election choices on carefully researched fact rather than the opinions that are out there in the biased news media. So let's start with voter turnout. It continues to be low. In the 2012 presidential election, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, only 56% of eligible voters turned out to let their voice be heard. How can so many miss out on the right that was given to them that our forefathers fought so hard for? And the statistics are not any better for younger voters. Here I have a chart that shows the last presidential election, and the top portion here actually shows all voters. And you can see this bottom portion here represents the younger voters, ages 18 to 24. They are substantially lower there in that younger age group, and in fact, only 44% of those younger voters showed up in that same election. So more than 50% of their voices were not heard. So if you're telling me that you want to get out there and vote, let's talk about how to do it, because it's actually pretty easy. So as far as who can vote, as long as you are a United States citizen and you are at least 18 years of age on election day and you meet your state's residency requirements, you are eligible to vote. And registration is easy. You can even do it online nowadays. Most counties and states offer online registration as well as the old-fashioned way of walking into the registrar's office and filling out paperwork there. So what about actually voting? They make it very easy to get out to the polls. They are generally opened from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. on election day. And it's not as though they're going to have you vote out of your area. Your polling place is based on your home address, so they try to keep it within a very close radius to that address. So you really don't have a reason to not get out and vote. But let's say you're like me and you lead a very busy life. They even offer a mail-in vote option. So I actually participate in this. And it's very simple. You simply cast your ballot in advance of the actual election and make sure that it's mailed in and received by the deadlines that they provide to you. How easy is that? So let's talk about the responsible voting that I highly encourage you all to do. There's so much media bias out there that I highly recommend you research everything for yourself. Make sure that you are researching your candidates or your topics. Go to those sources. Research what your candidates stand for. And also I encourage you to research both sides of any given topic or policy that is out there on the ballots. And make sure that your sources are credible. It's kind of like a research paper that we do here at school. You want to make sure that your sources are definitely a source that does not have a bias. You can usually tell that by how they're funded. And you want to make sure that they're representing facts. So again, making sure your sources are credible is a huge piece of making a responsible decision. And don't let the candidates or the media or even celebrities bias your opinion. During the election seasons, you get inundated with information, whether it be on TV, in the mail, by phone. I really encourage you to make your own decisions. And as I mentioned, that even comes down to the celebrities. Just because a celebrity has endorsed a particular candidate, remember that that celebrity may not be the same in person as they appear in their different roles on TV or in movies. And you really want to make sure that if you're going to follow a celebrity endorsement, that their real life values are in line with what your values are. Voting is a right of all United States citizens, and it definitely comes with the responsibility of making sure you are making smart decisions, but they have to be the decisions that you make. So, in conclusion, I highly encourage you to get out there, research all these candidates, and take the few minutes that it will take of your time to get out and vote. And if we all get out there and vote, we may begin to see the change that so many people out there are calling for. And even if your candidate or your particular stance on a policy does not win, at least you've taken the steps and participated in the voting system, which again our forefathers fought so hard for. So I truly hope you'll all get out there and vote this election season and make sure that your voice is heard.